Welcome to Amazing Grays. This show is dedicated to the idea that active, informed older adults are an essential part of today's society. We provide information regarding senior issues and concerns and salute individuals or groups who demonstrate that productivity doesn't end at retirement.
Hi there, welcome to this segment of Amazing Grays. My name is Ed Whitbread, and even the most casual observer of the world around us would realize that Erie looks different than it used to in terms of the population. We are no longer a white Anglo-Saxon Protestant city. With us today is Rahana Rajaya. Am I close?
It's Rahana Rajaya.
Rajaya. You are the diversity manager for the Multicultural Resource Center.
That's right.
MCRC.
MCRC.
Tell us a little bit about your background, because that may play into this.
Well, I was born in a little island called Sri Lanka, and when I was about 6 months old, we moved, and I basically grew up in 5 different countries, lived all over the world, the Middle East, Asia, Europe, just to give examples, from Russia to Cairo, Egypt. So,
what was your family involved in that you would?
My father was a diplomat,
so
that took us all over the world. And my parents strongly believed in taking us around with them. A lot of diplomats would put their children in boarding school, but my parents really felt that having the experience of living in other countries was valuable education. So they took us around with them, and we always went to local schools. We didn't go to international schools. So we really learned to appreciate other cultures because we were immersed in them. And so when people ask me where I'm from or what my culture is, it's sort of hard to have a simple answer, because I feel like my culture is made up of many different.
But even as a small child, you must have realized that Sri Lanka was a whole lot different than Moscow.
Absolutely,
so
yes.
This is what you're doing now. You're talking about the differences between cultures.
That's right. That's right. One of, I think, my passions is to educate people about different cultures around the world, because as you mentioned, Erie is certainly changing, and it's becoming a more global city in a way. We have very global companies like GE here, and so I think it's really important for people to learn about the rest of the world and learn about the different people that are starting to call Erie their home.
Let's get more specific and tell us about your job at MCRC.
What
do you do in the course of a day?
Yes, so my job at the MCRC, I'm the diversity training manager. So we created this program with really quite comprehensive curriculum. We have a variety of different courses, and we go out into the community. Anyone that asks us to come and educate their staff about diversity, about multiculturalism. So that's really what I do. I run this program, and between me and my trainers, we go out and we educate.
What is the biggest misperception that you face when you walk into a group that's been told they're going to a diversity training session?
Well,
what are the walls?
The walls, certainly. Before starting the workshop, I'll see a few disgruntled faces, and invariably at the end of the workshop they'll come back to me and they'll say, we're so glad we came to this workshop, because people assume when they're coming to a diversity training program that it's going to be very much the old-fashioned black and white diversity training program. And what they realize is, in terms of culture alone, we have black, white, Hispanic, and Latino, Asian, Middle Eastern, East European. There are so many different cultures when we talk about diversity in terms of population. But also, I think one of the things we really try to help people understand is that diversity is not just about culture. It's about socioeconomics. It's about sexual orientation. It's about ability, education. There's so many things to look at when we talk about diversity. So I'm very pleasantly I feel good about the fact that people come and they are surprised that this diversity training workshop they attended was not at all what they expected.
Where are most of your presentations made? Do you work primarily in industry? Do you work in nonprofits? Do you work in education?
We are open to working in any setting. I mean, whether it's corporate setting, nonprofit setting, we are open to doing our workshops anywhere at all. And we've had as high as 60 people attend a workshop. So far, we've been doing them a lot in nonprofit organizations in mental health, the school districts, Office of Children and Youth. So certainly I think a lot of the nonprofits have been very interested in doing it. I think that might be because a lot of companies have their own internal diversity training that they do online. And I'd like to think that having a live person talk with you and have an interactive workshop might be a little more beneficial.
If I had a local firm and I called you up and said, I'd like you to come up and talk to us. Now, what are you going to do for my bottom line? How does this really affect what I'm doing?
Well, I think for a company that's recruiting and hiring people, whether it's locally or from other places, creating a diverse workforce is really important in today's world. So certainly, I think that's something that they would, in the long run, consider to be beneficial, to have a good diversity experience so that they can implement that in their hiring practices. And really, in terms of the cost of our program, we are very, very affordable, I should say, compared to a lot of times when people recruit trainers to come from other states where they have to pay in the thousands. And ours really are much more affordable. We did our pricing based on what the Erie community can afford to pay, and so it's very reasonable. It's in companies' best interest to do it.
And employers are looking for specific skill sets, and sometimes those are in short supply. And sometimes somebody walking in that might fill your need would look around and say, I can't be comfortable here. Is that...
How do you mean?
In terms of this is a total environment that is non-diverse, and I'm going to be a minority here or one that stands out. Mm-hmm. Is that kind of where you're going with when you're looking at the workplace environment?
I guess I'm not sure I understand your question correctly, but I think promoting diversity in the workplace certainly is about cultural diversity, but also, like I mentioned, the other aspects of diversity. I think employers realize, I think most employers realize today that it's something that is very, very necessary because the population is changing.
Mm-hmm. What do you see at MCRC every day?
MCRC, when you walk into MCRC, it's literally like a United Nations. You will see people from all over the world. Our majority of our clients are refugees, people that have come to Erie because they've been fleeing persecution of some sort. We do work with immigrants as well, but really the majority is refugees. And we prefer to use the term New Americans because it really conveys the hope that a lot of these people come with. They really want to learn to fit into our society and function and contribute. They're so grateful to have the opportunity to live here that they are very eager to contribute. So we see, when you walk in, you will see people that really are very full of hope, just full of hope and wanting to create a good life for themselves and their families.
And you use the term refugees. Most of the people there are there because they want to be, they're fleeing something else?
That's right. That's right. Most of our clientele are, as I mentioned, refugees. And refugees, the term refugee is different from immigrant because immigrants are people that come choosing to come. They come because they want to have a better life, a better economics, better education, but there's a choice involved. Whereas refugees are people that really don't have a choice. They have to flee their country of origin because of persecution, whether it's religious persecution, political persecution, ethnic strife going on, sexual orientation persecution. So really they're always fleeing from a situation. And when they come, they usually go through a refugee camp, and they don't have a lot of options as to where they will be resettled. Sometimes they're given maybe a choice of 2 different cities, sometimes not even that. And certainly the United States is one of the big countries to accept refugees, but by no means the only one. I mean, a lot of the industrialized countries in the world accept refugees. So they come here, and a lot of mainstream Americans are either curious or distrustful. They don't quite know how to deal with these newcomers. And certainly Erie is a very open community, I find, and people want to learn. So I think our diversity training program is really a way to create that understanding so people aren't so afraid of dealing with these others, and really help them understand that the people that are coming, the newcomers, are part of our community.
Okay, we have pretty much blown through our time, and we have barely scratched the surface of what you do in the course of a day. So if somebody wants to talk to you about what you've talked to us about, how do they reach you?
They can call at 455-0212, call MCRC, and if you're interested in diversity training, ask for Sahana. Or just anyone, if they want to talk about language or immigration or anything like that, there are tons of things that people might be interested. And also, we have a website, www.multiculturalcrc.org, and that'll give also a lot of information about what we do.
It has been a pleasure. Thank you much, and
Thank
come
you
back
so
again.
much. Thank you.